Hey everybody, it is your Tuesday late lunch talks. I'm your host Dre. It is actually starting I think right on time, so it feels really good. It's obviously you guys know Tuesdays are my days off from work, and I love to use this time to either bring a guest on, no guest today, talk toy news, talk a trend, talk a topic. So today actually is going to be a little bit of news, maybe a pickup or two, and then we're gonna get into the topic at hand, questions from you guys, and then I'll go on with the rest of my day, and then I'll be on Dave's Dimension show tonight. Uh, we're gonna talk. So we're gonna continue taking this topic that I'm talking about and bring it onto his show because there's been a lot of interesting talks. But let's get into the news. Of a lot of you have not heard. It was released on Looper that tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it is tomorrow, Amazon will be getting an exclusive 3 pack Marvel Legends figures, uh, two of which people really care about. Um, I think the third one is kind of a giveaway because we've already got a version of it. So let me explain what the 3 pack is. So the 3 pack Amazon exclusive is going to be an Iron Patriot, not the one from the MCU. It actually goes back to the comic book, The Dark Avengers. That Dark Avengers figure was Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn, when it was during the Heroes Reborn era where the Avengers kind of disbanded, it was actually, I think, post Civil War. And obviously, during that time, Norman Osborn hacked into the AIs of Tony Stark and Stark Industries and stole one of the suits, rebranded it, and became a good guy, sort of quasi good guy, and created what was the team known as the Avengers, but they were the Dark Avengers. Now, we're going to be getting that Iron Patriot figure as well as a Norman Osborn head sculpt. Pretty cool. The other figure in there is going to be a redone Taskmaster from the comic books. So I know that people have been asking for it. A lot of people want it. I would like it in my collection. I think it's a cool looking figure. Um, I don't love all the stuff. I mean, it looks just like honestly, like they just made a pinless butterfly joint body for it. So we'll see. And then the one that people are actually clamoring for is the Doctor Doom. The Doctor Doom in the set is actually going to be a cloth cape, which will be the first time in a Marvel Legends that we're getting a cloth cape. And it comes with what looks like, and many YouTubers and other people have said it today, comes with an army builder head to make the Doom into a Doombot. But if you're going to get this 3 pack, you would actually, to get even just two of those figures with the Doom, you'd need to buy 3 3 packs. Three 3 packs to get the Doom with the Doombot. Now, I would say forgo buying 3 3 packs, buy one 3 pack, and then hunt on eBay and just take the old Doom, get the Doom from the Fantastic Four wave that we got with Super Scroll, pop that head off and put the Doombot head on, you're good to go. So it depends. We'll see. A lot of people are looking for it. I don't know the price point yet. I know if you want, Looper was the first website to really drop this news, and then I heard it from two YouTubers that I follow on Instagram. They had posted about it, and it was, I think, Rocco the Great was posting like, and I thought it was interesting because I don't really like his YouTube videos, but I do like his IG stuff because it's very short, concise, and he was very pertinent to the point with it. So I look forward to seeing that. I mean, a 3 pack with Norman Osborn for me, that would be a. I would like a Norman Osborn head sculpt, non MCU. That way, I could see if it'll fit on the MCU Goblin that I have. Even though I love Willem Dafoe, every now and then I don't love all the comic book style figures that they put out, like the Toon ones. And when I say Toon, I mean like the X-Men 97 ones. They look fine. But like the Spider-Man ones, they're very cartoon. So you really can't blend those figures into You want to say hi? No? Okay. So you really can't blend those figures in with your regular figures, like your other MCU or comic book based figures. At least I don't think you can. Hi. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. All right. You want to go play with your toys? No. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. So that was like one of the big things in the news. Another big thing in the news is that we're seeing a lot of SH Figure Arts drops. Uh, for those of you that collect a lot of the SH Figure Arts or are into the import community, there have been several releases um, talked about within like some Gundam figures, which they've been doing more of the not just the gun. These are Gundam figures that are like part die-cast, part plastic, tons of accessories, and their price point's usually about 150 to $200. They're like pre-built kits, painted, and they look awesome. There's been a lot of talks of those. There was several Dragon Ball Z ones that they've talked about. They've talked about trying to remember the one that was just that they just dropped. Let me take a look. 'Cause I was looking at the Instant Thomas. I was looking at the Bandai Tamashii before I got online, and it's actually really cool to see. Like I was like, man, they got a bunch of stuff out. Like I was like, man, y'all ain't playing. So where are we? Let me see. Let me actually just go to was it Tamashii? There we go. All right. So we're seeing a lot of the figure art zeros. For those of you that are interested, like that's the Senbon Zakura Kageyoshi. That's the Bankai for Byakuya, which he is just got an awesome. If you watch Bleach, the anime, and if you watch the Thousand Year War, that is a dope looking figure. That's a statue. Now, this is just one of the statues I know that they've had. They talked about a lot of One Piece stuff. This is the Kaiju 7 figures. These are not released yet. They just released the main character, the main kaiju. So I'm actually excited because I did pre-order all the figures because the main kaiju number 8 figure or number 9, sorry, kaiju number 9 figure is being. I should get it today, and then my super Super Saiyan Gohan from the Cell Saga should be being sent out today. So it's being mailed out by Toyco today. They've been also for Yu-Gi-Oh fans. They've been talking about this, which are the monsters from the I want to say 5Ds, and these are like where they had like the fusion monsters. They look cool. If you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, like my son is, he is like clamoring. I showed him a lot of those. He was like, "Oh, these are awesome." He didn't even know they made a blue eyes white dragon and the red eyes black dragon. So he would get all those. And if you guys haven't gotten a Naruto from Shippuden, they did the specialty pack here that comes with the flag for the Kagebunshin no Jutsu. It's the top 99. I did get that pre-ordered. I know it's releasing like this week or next week. And one of the other ones that people were dying for to do the pain and was this one here, pain from the Akatsuki with your Jiraiya. So this looks dope. And the actual so for those of you that don't know, this outfit is cloth. So that is super dope. I'm very excited about that. So I know that Toyko, if you guys don't follow him, I need to put his links in these videos. He just put up that Akatsuki figure. It's like a $90 shipped figure. So you're getting a cloth goods, multi accessory, multi hand, different face plates. Hey Rolando, the multiversal moderator. You have all these different accessories for $90, and I know that if you go through Bandai Web, it's like they'll charge your card right now. So Toyco does not. They charge you when it's going to be coming out. And one of the things I like, that's why I love shopping through Toyco. I have several figures. I've gotten a lot of my Mayfex stuff. I think the only Mayfex I didn't get was the Spider-Man. That was the one I got through Big Bad Toys. Now, I mentioned Mayfex. I have to preface that with the news because several people have gone online and blasted the Mafex X-Men 97 Rogue. They're saying that the Rogue figure does not look good, that it's a very piss poor quality figure. I'm like, what figure are you looking at? I think it looks amazing. I have most of the X-Men 97 Mafex figures, and they look amazing. Like, Rogue is going to be a dope addition. And I already have Gambit from Mafex, and then I pre-ordered. I think this month Rogue comes out in the Mondo, the 1/6 scale, and the Gambit comes out in July. So those are two 1/6 scale figures I'm definitely looking forward to. Um, I told my wife, she's like, "Well, why do you want that figure so bad?" I said, "Because Gambit and Rogue, there was an iconic Jim Lee cover of where he's hugging her, and he could never kiss her because for fear he'd lose his powers. But it was always like the look that they gave each other was like one of true love. And I always said that I'm not Southern, but Gambit would be me, my wife would be Rogue, and she was like, "That's cool, I like that." So I wanted those in a 1/6 scale. I don't need all the other ones. Like I don't want Sabretooth or Cyclops or Jean or Wolverine, or Bishop. Or they look awesome. I might get a Nightcrawler. I won't lie. If they make a 1/6 scale Nightcrawler, they might sway me to do that. But I'm not going to buy the entire wave 1/6 scale. So Rolando, big shout out to you. Thank you for putting that up there. Toyco is a dope company, folks. Andrew is a great guy. His crew over there does great stuff for me. If you're in their Facebook community, you get first dibs on a lot of the pre-orders. If you want, you can even do their pre-orders on their website directly. I swear he doesn't sponsor me. He doesn't sponsor me for this. I tell him all the time. I press him on my shows and he loves it because he knows a lot of collectors do come to him and he does specialize in a lot of good imports. And his prices are bar none the best prices you're going to see. So I just want you guys to know, and he will work with you. So just giving you guys that little tidbit of news. So now I did want to talk about some pickups. I did have a couple pickups, nothing big. I did pick up this for the Switch because I never played this. Is the Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. This was a GameCube re-release on the Switch. I never played the GameCube version of this game. Now, mind you, I had a GameCube. I had like several import games for my GameCube because all the best games were import games back then. That was like, mind you, beating out like Zelda Four Swords, which was an awesome game. Smash Brothers, Mario Kart. The Matrix was the one reason I got that, the Revolutions game, because it was a PlayStation and a GameCube exclusive. So I had both those games. But I never played this one. And this obviously being a first party game. And with the new Switch coming around the corner next year, I figured I wanted to try to grab some of these first party games before they become real difficult. So I do have a decent sized Switch collection of first party stuff that I want my daughters to play. Because I feel like at some point Roy would want to, and maybe Lana. She isn't really a gamer. Lorelai might be, and if she is, I would love her to have some of these classic Switch games to actually play. So I've been trying to pick up the cartridges as much as I can. So this is definitely one, and I grabbed it before it sold out at Target. Now I've seen it. It's like not every Target sold out, but a lot of them have sold out of this. So, and you couldn't pre-order it. That was the weird thing. I went on Amazon, they had it up for pre-order for like a minute, and then they took it down. So there's that. Now I do have a wicked stack of comics that I will go through, and I'm gonna try to preface this that when I say wicked, it is oh my Jesus, a lot. And this is from the last couple of weeks. Now, why haven't I done it on comic book chats? Because I don't have time on the weekends, and I'm not going to give my weekends up to record videos unless it's for something important or streams that I'm a part of. So sorry, folks. The comic book chats are going to be done probably on here. They'll be a week behind. So this is the new Exodus book. That's part of it's Rook Exodus. This is part of the Ghost Machine series that Image is doing. It's fantastic. I actually just participated in a contest. I hope I win it to get a hoodie and a special Virgin cover signed by the artist. So now I do like to pick up variants. This is the Ghost Spider #1 variant holo cover. I'm going to take this to get signed by Robbie Rodriguez at GalaxyCon this year. And there's a lot of GalaxyCon news coming up in this one too, so be prepared. There's the Thundercats variant cover by Dynamite. This series is freaking fire. If you're a Thundercats fan, it is very worth the read. You need to read it. This is a great current series that's going right now in Marvel Comics, which is the Blood Hunt series. The vampires have invaded New York and all over the MCU, or sorry, the well, I guess I could say the Marvel universe, the MU, the Marvel universe. And in this issue, Miles Morales is now turned into a vampire, and they're saying right now his next issue, which is out later in June, is going to have the cover, a variant cover of him like drinking the blood of one of the other of a hero, and it's going to be all about him going forward, dealing with this, how he's been cursed and this vampirism. So I'm interested. 'Cause I love Miles Morales. If you're not reading this series, this just ended in this issue. I haven't read this issue yet, but Cobra Commander is in the same universe that IDW is doing the Duke series, the future Destro series, the Scarlet series, as well as the Transformers. This is a combined universe miniseries. Now, for those of you that have not been reading Ghost Rider, Final Vengeance, this is actually a villain donning the spirit of vengeance, the Hood. Of all people, the Hood, the one Marvel Legend people were talking crap about, that figure is now the main character on this series. It's an interesting little series. This is Grimm issue number 17. This is a good series if you like Boom Comics and Boom Studios. I'll talk about them in a little bit because Boom is doing some great work. This is the Immortal Thor. Now, this is a tie-in to the current run of what the God series is. So Gods is sort of like I'm trying to think, like it's not an Elseworlds story, but it's like if immortals were walking inside of the Marvel universe, they're like these immortal characters that are like kind of like, you know, in the background pulling the strings. And Thor's now being, there's a couple of tie-ins to Thor and a few other characters. Hellblazer, Dead in America. This is the what they call the like kind of final run of Constantine in the Sandman Hellblazer universe. Constantine died and is like a zombie, and he's been on the run throughout the U.S. avoiding like certain demons and death. Very cool concept series. This is, I think, the second to last issue of the MonsterVerse, the Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong, which is an awesome series. Love this series. Love it, love it, love it. This is the final issue of the 4-issue miniseries. Now, I couldn't get any of the variant covers, which I was kind of sad about, but this is the final one of this Predator Last Hunt. This is obviously Superior Spider-Man. Now, like I said, I love it, and there's Spider-Boy on the cover. Cool cover. This is, if I'm not mistaken, issue 3 of what they're calling the Symbiote Spider-Man 2099. So there is a Venom in that universe, and it's kind of like he's really evil. It's like it's been kept. It's like the symbiote's like way more powerful than Miguel, and it's kind of a cool series. Definitely one to check out. Black Panther, Ultimate Black Panther #4, folks. I can't speak anything but positive things about this book. It is by far one of the best Ultimate books next to Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, hands down, hands down. You should be reading it. This is for my wife. Even though I'm a Wonder Woman fan, she reads Wonder Woman. Love this variant cover. Love it, love it, love it. Love the artwork. Then there's the Spectacular Spider-Man, the Miles and Peter team up book. This is sort of like isolated stories. This is not like a continual. This is a continual book, but it's isolated stories. Like these are kind of like the team up adventures. Think of it like the video game. And this is Something Killing the Children, a variant cover of issue number 37. Yes, Cincy nerd, I blame you for putting me on to Something's Killing the Children, because ever since you introduced it to me about a year and a half ago, I have been buying the books and love it. Now, that was like the last 2 weeks of pickups, and I have this was this past week's. Now, mind you, I'm still waiting on my pre-order. Not my pre-orders. I'm still waiting on my trade to go through. I gave several stuff in, so that'll be. We'll see what that's going to get me and what hot toy I'll be bringing home, or two hot toys. I'm looking to try to bring two hot toys home. We'll see. So this is the What If Venom. Oops. What If Venom #4. These What If series Venoms have been awesome. Like it's something I hope the cartoon on Disney Plus really dips into. It would be really cool. This is the Ultimate X-Men variant cover. For a lot of people don't like that series, and I get why. It's very much akin to Japanese and Asian culture. So there's a lot of nuances, and it does have a Japanese artist working on it, Peach Momoko, who does some great cover artwork. I wish I could have gotten to meet her. I think she's not gonna be at Heroes Con, but she was at like one of the cons recently. Here's Red Coat. These all wraparound covers are like dope. I can't help but love these like old school wraparound covers. So this is Miles Morales issue number 20. So the cover that I'm talking about is like issue 23. So that will be June, July, August. That'll be the August cover that's coming out. Now, IDW did team up with Boom to do another Godzilla and Power Rangers team up, and Jet Jaguar was on the cover. So you guys know I'm the Sentai. I'm the Sentai Sensei. I have to get these books. I like to read them, and I love Power Rangers as much as I could like shit all over it. In the American, the Japanese version, I love. So this with Jet Jaguar in it, I had to get it. If you are a fan of horror, and I don't know how you're missing out on Jeff Lemire and James Tynion, they're probably two of the best right now. Jeff Lemire is doing Fish Flies. This is like an anthology series. It's very good. They're thicker issued books. They're like 96 pages. Very, very good read. It's something that if you're interested, definitely check it out. This is issue number 7 of Carnage. You all know my Spider books. The only Spider book I don't read right now is, besides Amazing Spider-Man, is Venom. They're the only two books I don't choose to read. Now, this is the Aliens Black, White, and Red series. This is issue number 4. And this is the Aliens What If series. And this is actually a solid book. Like, what if he had survived, brought an egg back, and then started taking over Wayland Wanti? Very solid series. Now, this is also a very big book. If you read any, Something's Killing the Children, this is the House of Slaughter, which is a prequel series that comes out of that. This is issue number 23. Love these variant covers. And last and finally, not least, the variant cover for Doom #1, which we're hoping is more than just an annual. That it's going to actually be a solid series. So that was my comic book pickups for the last. Whew, I want to say month that I haven't had a chance to do with you guys. So let me see. All right. Rolando has been posting all the links. Thank you so much. Definitely check them out. Now, on to some trend talk because I have to. So, a lot of people have asked me, and it like when I was with on Yukon Phil's show, and I've had him on here. I've been on Dave's show. I was on Bill's show, and I've talked about this too. And a lot of the jokes that people say about people that collect the high end, and when I say high end, things that cost $60+ a figure and up. I have translated my collection to be in that range now. And the reason I've done that is because I'm replacing the Spider-Man figures with better versions. Then I decided to do that with my X-Men because I saw Mafex had run some really good sales. Like I got Jean Grey for $90. I got Storm for $70. I got Magneto for $80. I got Cyclops for $75. I've grabbed a lot of the characters for cheap. So my trend has changed and what I've collected has changed. I don't run out and buy every figure for YouTube clout. And I know I'm saying that and it's going to get me burned. People may hate on this and I don't really give a shit. I don't need to go to a toy hunt every day. I like my life. I have so many other things going on right now in my personal life that in a positive way, mind you, positive, that I would be remiss to say I'm going to go every day to toy hunt. Like I had a great time with my family yesterday. We just chilled. We were watching TV shows, eating dinner together, eating lunch together, laughing, having a good time. That's what families are supposed to do. You know, yeah, we can go out and toy hunt and stuff, and we can go to conventions and we do that, and we do that together as a family. But when I toy hunt, like, and if I were to make a video, which I hate doing, that's like I'm taking time away from the people and the thing I love doing. So, not gonna do that. But I digress. When it comes to what I collect, Target doesn't really carry it anymore. Honestly, Walmart doesn't carry anything anymore that I collect. Yeah, I collect Marvel Legends. That's it. I don't really go out and buy stuff unless I go to my local comic shop. I mean, unless Target ever started carrying Hot Toys, you know, they carry some SH Figure Arts, but they usually only carry the best selection. They don't carry the high end SH Figure Arts, and when they do, they are like automatically taken off the board by like scalpers and or I want to say scalpers and high end collectors that know what they're getting their value of. Now, what am I mentioning? Why am I getting into this trend? Because I feel like with the way the economy is, a lot of people complain, oh, the economy this, the economy that. Listen, I work for an insurance company. I hear every day people dealing with what's going on in the world. And my wife and I talk about it all the time. And we make good enough money. Good enough money that we do pretty well for ourselves. But even still, I take pause at saying, hmm, like, do I really need this? And I'd rather have the money in my bank account not than have stuff. So because I've seen that trend, I've changed my collecting habits. So I don't just pick up, oh, this figure looks cool for shelf sake. No, I look at my Spider-Man collection and say, what do I need to finish this collection? What would I like to get to fill in these blanks? What hot toy Spider-Man figures am I trying to put on my list? So I've noticed it's my trend in collecting has shifted to be more focused and more oriented towards what's going to make me happy and not just, oh, what am I going to get like for clickbait? What am I going to get to try to review? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not Foosh. I'm not, you know, the amazing that's getting Mayfexes pre-sent to me so I can review them before the public. I'm not Shartimus Prime. You guys, I'm a little guy on YouTube that loves to support the community. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna get figures that before they're released so I can review them, you know. And even if I did, I'm not spending $90 to $100 to get it from Asia for YouTube clout. No offense, I don't need it. But I've noticed. I'm sorry, I was cleaning my monitor. But I noticed that there's a lot of trends for people to do that. There's like, oh, I gotta get the latest toy, and it's still a thing. Like, you know how many toy YouTubers there are? There's thousands of us. Thousands of us. How do you separate yourself in the space? Well, you got to look and try. You got to find what your niche is and be in that space. 100%. That's what I will say. Now, do I expect like everybody to want to have the same type of collecting style I have? No, because I follow people that don't collect a lot of the stuff I collect. I recently got into the Hot Toys game. And when I say got into it, I'm not like I need every hot toy. There's a few Spider-Man that I'm hunting for. and there's a couple of Star Wars ones I'm looking for, but that's it. Like I would like to complete my dream when we move out of this place and we get our bigger house. My dream would be to have the Avengers all in hot toy form, and the Avengers that I want to have them look like, and like the dream would be to have all those, and eventually it'll happen. I don't need them all right now. A lot of the prices, with the way the market is and everything's moving, you guys got to pay attention. A lot of YouTubers I've been noticing are not paying attention to their pockets, and a lot of IG guys, they're just like grabbing shit to grab shit, and then what do I see a month later on those same IG streams and on YouTube, on their Facebook pages? These guys are like peddling their shit. You just bought it a month ago. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Like, why the hell did you waste your money to think you're going to get your money back? Like, that's the thing that kills me. It's like you went from collector to, I don't want to call you a scalper, but like the price you're asking for it ain't collector price. You're looking to get your money back and make some. But you opened it up and reviewed it. So no offense, it's used. So I don't get it, but that's just me. Then I get mad at the community of people that when the new stuff hits the stores, they're jumping, scrambling, grabbing it, not leaving any for anybody else, especially kids. Kids, it's summertime, man. These kids do want to play with some of these toys. We're not leaving any for the kids. You know, it is a whole mess of things in the community that just piss me off. And then the other part of it is the news aspect of it. There are YouTubers that are out there, and I don't name names. I'm gonna sip my smoothie. There are several YouTubers in the community that sadly when I have seen their stuff or watch people on their streams, they're like not properly telling the news. Like, I mean, I'm a comic book collector. Y'all see, I collect comic books. I've been collecting comic books since I was like 12 years old. I know a thing or two about comics. I know what the studios are doing because I read those studios. I collected the line. Like, if you did not know, newsflash to every Ranger fan out there, Boom Studios has canceled Power Rangers. They are no longer making Power Ranger books. Not a mic drop, not clickbait. It is what it is. I don't know where people are saying that, oh, they're coming back with it. Oh, they're doing this. Oh, they might be. No, they're finishing the final run. Issue, I think, 120 of like the main Power Ranger series is the last issue. They've already previewed the cover on several comic book websites. Pre-orders already out for the final issue. Like, my local shop asked me if I wanted it, and I don't want it because I don't read them anymore. And I gave all my Power Ranger comic books to Dave. Dave has every single one except for the 6 variant covers for the Ninja Turtle Power Rangers. Those are all mine for both runs. I have those. That's all I have left. So why like what happened to transparency? Like, I get some people on YouTube say, "Oh, I made this banner for clickbait. I made this, you know, thumbnail for clickbait, and I wanted you to come in my video," and then they bullshit you. I'm not bullshitting you, folks. I'm tired of it. I'm too old for it, and I'm getting sick and tired of watching YouTubers like that pop up in my feed. Some of y'all I don't follow, some of y'all I do, and sometimes I don't even watch your video. I just think it's like a clickbait bullshit title. It's like, get over yourself. And if you got a problem, come see me. I will gladly bring you on this show, and we can discuss it. I'm very willing to have a public forum because I may not be right, and I know when I'm wrong. But like, stop making clickbait titles that are and falsifying news that does not make sense. Like, stop going in there and talking about things that just ain't happening. Like, we all know Monarch is getting a second season. We all know Monarch on Apple TV gets another season, and there are 2 spin-off shows that are coming out of that. all because of the success of Godzilla X Kong New Empire. We also know there's a third movie on the horizon and possibly a fourth film. So we're getting a third team up film and then a fourth film that's not going to be a team up film. So like we're getting more MonsterVerse, which I've been dying for. I'm hoping Guillermo del Toro gets to put Pacific Rim in there because that's like a huge want. But this is what I get again. Like I'll see these like Facebook ads. I'll see these like it's all over Facebook too. It's like it kills me. IG people will post these pictures of like, hey man, like look at this temporary artwork for like Fortnite. All right, newsflash about Fortnite. Power Rangers is not on the Power Rangers is pulled off their list. I know, hot take that I'm gonna probably get hate from a lot of people. Did I want a Power Ranger skin? Yes. Were they going to do it? Hell no. Why? Power Rangers is currently in the toilet swirling. Has nobody not realized that because Hasbro has pulled creation of their figures and the final stuff is in the stores, you're not seeing it unless you buy Japanese Power Ranger stuff, which American Power Ranger fans have this. Some American Power Ranger fans have an aversion to it. Now, if you're fans like me, the next decade, who is a great IG guy and a great Facebook friend of mine, if you are fans of like us that love Sentai Tokusatsu, hey, jump over to the Sentai Sensei channel and subscribe to that one because I'll be putting that first video out on Saturday. You know, people don't realize that there's levels. And when you bullshit, like, I'm sorry, like, I guess people don't read the news. I look at the news and then I check my sources. I don't just jump to, oh wow, somebody posted on X that they're going to talk about Fortnite making Power Ranger skins. I go right to Epic's website. I go to Epic's Twitter feed. I go to Epic's IG feed. I go to Epic's Twitch channel. And I start looking to see if there's any news about this stuff. The Godzilla stuff, we were supposed to get kaiju stuff right before Godzilla and Kong or shortly after. We didn't. They bypassed it. Whatever the reason was, they bypassed it. Am I mad? Yes. Because those were rendered skins that were shown on X, leaked on Reddit, shown everywhere. Wasn't concept art. This was like, hey, these are the renders that we have seen that have come out of Epic Studios, which is, guess what, folks, for y'all that don't know, Epic is housed here in North Carolina, 3 hours to the west of me or to the east of me. So, and I have two friends that work there that actually live in North Carolina. So, if I ever want to triple check my sources, I just call them up and I ask them questions that they can answer without an NDA, obviously. And I don't mention it, but I just like I start snickering and get happy. So, trust me, there's no different things coming out. None. Debunked. Power Rangers was debunked. We're not getting it. Godzilla, Kong, delayed till whenever. We got Fallout. Now, Fallout, for obvious reasons, a lot of people are happy about it because we get the Fallout, we get the Power Armor skins, which are inside the Season's Pass, which I think is fine, or the Battle Pass, and that's good. If you buy the Battle Pass, you can get those skins. If you don't, then you're going to be unhappy. But I bought the Battle. I have the monthly membership, so I get the Battle Pass for free. So I want those skins. We're getting Magneto, which means I'm going to hopefully get more X-Men 97 skins because I'd love to see Xavier. I would love to see Cyclops. I'd love to see Jean, because I got the Dark Phoenix. There's so many things coming out that we could see. But like, I hate when people give false news. They're like, well, I saw it on Twitter and I posted about it and like, I saw that this one. No, do your due diligence. Transparency. You are a YouTuber that's, and I'm speaking to in general. In general, if you feel triggered by this, again, reach out to me. I'll talk to you. But in general, I hate the community when they do that. They'll post clickbait shit, but not give context to it. We post they and I'm not one to do that. Like I can't make a clickbait like thumbnail to make you want to come and read my stuff. I'm one that's honest and I tell you the sites I go to because as a historian, as a person who was trained to get my sources and be correct in my sourcing, I would be remiss. You guys that watch the Outer Dimensions podcast, how many times did I tell you every reference website I went to? How many times did I tell you guys I went to this site, European sites, Asian sites, translations, trying to dig up information? Nerd Affiliated does that. He does that in spades, and I love when he does it because you can see the amount of detail and information he pulls up. Me, I'm the same way. I try to get the information as best as possible to the amount of people that are interested in that information. That's how I try to do it. So, transparency. We cannot be putting fake news because how many sites do that and then or YouTubers do it and they go after you. They go after you in the comments. Oh man, or the people that are like myself and Dave and several others that we comment on these people's things and we're banned. We get deleted comments. We're told that we're the liars. I'm sorry. I didn't drink your Kool-Aid. I know the truth. Here's the links. Go do your due diligence. I'm a parent. I'm not going to tell my kid bad information without me not having secured that information through sourcing to give it to my kids. And you got to do that for YouTube. There's so many people that consume so much YouTube that they take people at their word without doing the research. And that's where and you can't. How many times did these same people, and this goes to this isn't just toy community, this is everything across the board. Gaming. How many times you see people talk about video game drops and it gets delayed? How many times you see people talk about comic book drops, those get canceled? Movies never made. I remember people talking about that Batgirl film that we are kicking ourselves that DC shelved and should have put out. Because I bet you that movie was going to be fire. And we never will see it. But we're going to deal with James Gunn's crappy Superman. And I'm saying crappy because right now it looks like I'm not going to lie, it does not blow up my skirt. I'm not 100% on board with it. I apologize. It's that bad allergy time of the year. I know Archer's going through it up there in Boston. I'm dealing with it down here in North Carolina. But, I'm just like, brother, ugh. That's literally how I look at it. Like, what's that, brother? Like, what are we talking about in the news? Like, you guys, we gotta get right. Like I trust very few Sentai sites that are in English. That are in English. You know why? Because they're not giving the right information. There's very few American fans that I know personally that give the right news. I go to the Japanese sites. One, yeah, okay, so newsflash, I read and write and speak Japanese. So I can translate those sites, and even if I couldn't read all of it, I could translate it with Google Translate. You know, newsflash. I can read Spanish, and a lot of Hispanic sites do get the information. Not saying they're all right or they're all wrong, and that there aren't right, wrong, and right Japanese sites. But there's a good likelihood that because I can read those two languages and write in those two languages and speak in those two languages, besides English, I trust their information a little bit more. Americans, we as Americans, we have a very bad tendency to blow up things and sensationalize. I guess that's the right word I'll use. Sensationalize, because we want the clicks, we want the views. Oh, I gotta get the views so I can get the subs. No, no, stop. Do right. Get the information correct. Why? I will support people that will put good information over bad information any damn day of the week. Because I get frustrated at the fact that we don't have people that want to give good information, and we'll just have all this misinformation. And then it's like I'll give you an example. I'm going to use Power Rangers because I feel like Power Rangers is the one right now that a lot of people are talking shit about, and there's some people that just aren't in the know. So let's lay it out here. So Power Morphicon happens in August in California, Pasadena, California, if I'm not mistaken. And one of the things I had read about was that there's a lot they don't always get Japanese guests. They try to. They've had a couple Japanese guests. Um, I would prefer them to have more Japanese guests because it would definitely drag me and my ass and my family's asses out to California, so I would go. But ironically enough, there's more American conventions, comic book conventions, anime conventions that are getting Japanese Sentai guests. So why am I bringing up Power Morphicon? Because I feel like Power Morphicon is slowly morphing, no pun intended, into a convention that's like leaning away from Power Rangers and Sentai, and it's doing more like comic booky stuff. Especially from the pictures I've seen of people that are going to this stuff and stuff that's released at Power Morphicon. Like I know that they just announced that they're doing like specialty like iron on badges and like sewed patches for people, which I thought were cool. Sometimes they do specialty figures. There's nothing announced as of yet because usually Hasbro would be the ones to announce it. Like, hey, we're doing a specialty Ranger character, and they've done that in the past. Like they're like, hey, we've done these Boom Studios or comic book covers. No, they haven't done anything. Now, transposed to from the West Coast to here, GalaxyCon, which my family and I are going to, they've announced like a plethora of like specialty covers for comic books, and I'm like what? Like Power Morphicon's pretty big, and it's a fan. I know it's fan based and fan run. GalaxyCon is industry run, but they do get a lot of fan based stuff. Why are we not seeing more of that? And how? Okay, and I know people are probably wondering, like, Dre, you're ranting. Yeah, I am ranting, but how does it tie into the trends of collectors? Here's how: when you get misinformation, your collecting habits change. Why do they change? Because we're influencers, right? That's what we do. We're free influencers for Hasbro, for Super 7, for SH Figure Arts, for Mafex, for 3-0, for Mythic Legions, the Cabal. I can go down the list of things that we are free influencers for. And when we influence people, our opinions carry weight. As a parent, I'm saying this as a parent, you never believe the words you carry as an adult to your children because you start reminiscing about what your parents said to you. I have said this several times over. May she rest in peace. My mother was probably the best people on the planet. That woman's words always shine true when I talk to my daughter, when I talk to my son, and when I even talk to the littlest baby, Peanut. I never, and it chokes me up thinking about it because we carry weight. There's weight behind those words because they ring true. You never think about it till it actually you're in the same situation. And I just told my daughter this. She's grounded. Like my middle daughter, she's grounded because she got in trouble with us for when she went to an event. She didn't answer her phone. We were worried for like 45 minutes. We didn't know what was going on. My wife had to drive over there. I almost drove. It was a whole big mess. I never believed the words I said to my daughter the next day when I said, because my wife wanted to just like yank her up. That's how mad my wife was. And I was sitting there and we were having dinner the next day at the dining room table. And I was like, sweetie, do you realize how scared we were? Like, I was your age and I used to go to the city to Manhattan and didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have things. My mom would have a written note on the table. I left the house. And that was supposedly good enough, and I had a payphone. If my mom did not know where I was, the fear that would hit her. And how does this tie in, Dre? Again, weight behind your words. We speak truth, it carries. It does. It does. I can't, I've been watching. I had 6 people watching, now I'm down to 3. So whatever I said either offended people, and I don't really care if it does or it doesn't. It's the truth. And one of the things, and I haven't seen anybody comment, so if you guys aren't commenting, I can't see anything. So coming in and watching is cool, but comment, say something. I only got 10 more minutes before I'm going to leave. So, you know, why give fake news? I know why. It's to sensationalize things, and everybody gets. Like I said, I got fired up. To use a wrestling term, I got fired up, and it just is something that we have to be more mindful of and conscientious of, because our content does reach. Even if we don't reach a lot of people, there are people that do say, "Hey, I've spoken to or watched this person say this." And this generation of kids coming up, they rely on this more than they rely on this. So focus on what information you're putting out. Make sure you're doing your due diligence. If that site's not reputable, go somewhere else. Don't consume your news in the collecting community, in the comic book community, in the toy community, in the whatever community we're in, video game. I can go down the list. Just make sure you're consuming it in the right way. Make sure you're getting that information and giving it back in the correct manner. Because just creating stuff to get clickbait or views doesn't help you grow. It may, but then when people figure you out, did you really do anything good? I mean, that's just a little tidbit for thought. Did you really make a change? I don't know. I can't speak to that. I've collected magic cards. I collect comic books. I collect Spider Man. I collect Hot Toys. You know, am I dropping a lot more stuff in my collecting? Possibly. Would I love to get a lot of new stuff? Most definitely. But at the same time, I don't need stuff. The summer's coming up, folks. I would rather not be inside making a video. I'd rather be outside with my kids swimming. Rather be outside enjoying something else. There's a lot of stuff we can do. You know, I don't need to toy hunt every day. I don't need to harp the news. Hey, my brother from another mother. Cobain Games. Did we not have fun on the high seas last night? For those of you that don't know, you guys need to go subscribe to my brother's channel, Cobain Games. He is a great streamer. We play Fortnite every Friday from from 8 p.m. Eastern till about 1 a.m. We do D&D Baldur's Gate 3 on PlayStation on Wednesdays from 8 p.m. till about 11:30, and then Mondays from 8 till 11:30, sometimes a little bit later, we play Sea of Thieves. And that is a lot of fun with our friend Futuristic. And oh my God, it is a lot of fun to be a pirate on the high seas. So just letting you guys know that that's some of the stuff that we do. Again, he's a very good friend of mine. He is 48 subs. 48 subs from wearing a Teletubby suit, folks. Please, I want to see him in a Teletubby suit. Help us get him these 48 subs. Okay? He does have a goal to get to 5,000 by the year's end, and that's a PlayStation 5. I want to win that PlayStation 5. Do I need it? No. I just want to have it, just so I can say I got it from him. All right. So make sure you guys are you're checking this channel out. Again, even if not for we're 49. We're 49 subs. 49, because somebody decided to not sub last night. Whoever you were, you're a jerk, and we didn't need you. Oh my God, a ghost from Christmas past? Oh my God, Sal! Oh, I just messaged him the other day to talk to him, and I'm a terrible friend, so that's why I had to bust his balls right here. Sal, I have not seen you in a minute, dude. It's good to see you. Oh my god, Sal is one of the crew, part of the crew at Nerd Affiliated. I love those three guys. You guys got to be checking them out. Sal is awesome. I have not, like I said, he is truly another brother from another mother. He gets it a lot, and he gets a lot of what we go through. And he's not even a toy collector, but he's like kind of dabbles a little bit. But he's a very big nerd, and you gotta love him. So again, I ranted, I raved, but this is what you need to do to put positivity out in the community. We have to give better information. You know, trending just to trend is not a positive thing. If you want to get in there and really dive into news, do what I do. Do what Nerd Affiliated does. Hey Archer on Nerd Affiliated, that dude will get the articles together, pulls them up, discusses them. Like he shouts people out. Do that. Do that due diligence instead of saying I rely on social media. Social media is not a reliable place to go for your information. Neither is Wikipedia. You need to go to the sources. Some magazines may not be either. Like I said, like where I quoted from Looper, I did my due diligence. Amazon has like a Phantom thing right now. Oh, dude, you appreciate the love because you deserve it, man. You guys are a great crew. You're a great guy and a great friend and a great brother. That's why I love you. Now, but obviously we're in the final like 5 minutes of the show. I did say, please tune in for Colbane Game Stream on Wednesday. We will be playing tomorrow night Dungeons and Dragons Baldur's Gate 3. We'll be going into Baldur's Gate. We're going to be actually heading to the town before Baldur's Gate and then into Baldur's Gate proper by the end. Hopefully by the end of those 3 hours. If not, and we get into the shenanigans that we get into, we're probably not going to get to Baldur's Gate till next week. And then Friday, obviously tune in for our Fortnite sessions. Those are always fun. Hey Archer, he goes live about 8:15ish on Thursdays. And he's always a great channel, a great fellow supporter, a great brother in the community. Definitely check him out. He does some great news. Like I said, he does his nerdy cup of coffee on Mondays. I know that's been shifting around because of his schedule, but definitely check it out. You know, Oh God, we're going back to the bar. And don't forget our monthly D&D sessions. I did stream one of those. So Screep has gotten in trouble. We'll be going back to the bar and D&D. That will be on June 23rd. Will be our next live session that we're playing. So I'll be streaming that on this channel as well as David will be streaming on his, and we'll be streaming it probably on the Outer Dimensions podcast. So we will try to get it out there so everybody can watch. It's a lot of fun just to watch a bunch of YouTubers play D&D together and have fun. And again, Sal does put videos up on the Hey Archers channel. I'm sorry for the Nerd Affiliated brothers. I know he's been busy doing his own thing and he's taking care of his family, which I respect and love him for. But when he does put out his content, definitely check it out. He did some great videos on the Spider-Man PlayStation 5 and just his game reviews. So definitely check it out. And Londo, like I always said, he always is great as giving us all the information, making sure he puts the links in the videos, and making sure everybody gets to see what's going on in the chat. And finally, to round out this video, tonight, Dave's Dimension is doing his Tuesday talks. It's gonna be an open stream. I'm coming on there. Oh my goodness! Again, look at my dude Mirage. He comes in right in the final minutes of the show. But you're going to be team replay, brother. Just watch the replay. So Dave's Dimension and I will be doing. I'll be coming on the show not as a guest, like a formal guest, where it's an open mic night on Dave's Dimension, and we're going to be talking about. Oh, excuse me. We're going to be talking about different trends in collecting, news. Um, I know Dave probably saw the same news I did, so we'll probably talk a little bit more about that. And who knows? It's Dave's Dimension. I'm not going to tell you everything that's going to go on the show. You got to watch and tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So thank you to Colbane, Mirage, Sal, Londo, everybody that came through. I really appreciate you guys and girls. I'm going to go start cooking some dinner. It has been a lot of fun. You guys are awesome. I love the support. If you guys do watch the replay, hashtag team replay. As always, my friends, stay geeky. See you tonight, 8 o'clock on Dave's Dimension. See you next week at 3 o'clock.